Hey, what's up everybody? It's Kyle, and in this video I'm going to explain why I invested $15,000 into basically a $1 stock. And I am extremely excited about this one. So in this video, I'm going to cover 5 things. I'm going to cover what stock it is, what the ticker is. I'm going to cover what exactly is the potential with this stock, what is going on with it. I'm going to cover 3. I'm going to cover what the potential returns of this stock could be. I'm going to cover 4, what the risks are with this stock. And finally, 5, I'm going to cover what I bought in with, what the dollar cost per share is that I bought in with, how many shares I bought, and will I potentially buy more? We'll see. So I'm confident that you will see from this video that there is potential for huge returns on this stock investment. We got Henry in the background on this video. He's just chilling there. I hope you can see him. If you can't, my cat is just chilling on the chair. He's going to be excited about this one as well. And as you guys may know, look, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube making this video, but I want to give you guys the opportunity and the information that I found out about this stock and the potential for you to make some money with this. So as you might know, I am a real estate investor, broker, actor living outside of New York City. I have multiple investments in real estate. I have an online Amazon company. So I'm involved in a lot of things. And basically what I like to do is I essentially take the money that I earn in real estate and in sales, and which is the majority of it, and I just reinvest it into other real estate investments or stock investments or something that's going to make me money, whether it's another business, and just where my money is going to make money while I'm sleeping. So what I'm trying to do with this is I'm trying to educate everyone that's watching this channel with just how to be financially knowledgeable, how to be financially savvy, and hopefully make some money along the way. So as many of you know, there are many different types of investments. There is very safe investments, keeping your money in the money market account, earning basically nothing. There's a little bit more, there's other investments that are still safe that are, just more of a, I guess, of a risk because it's more volatile. You could put your money in, an AT&T stock where you think, nothing's going to happen with that. And AT&T's not going anywhere. I mean, as far as we can see, it's a huge company. It gives you a good return on investment. And then there are some more risky stocks where you have more growth potential but there's a little bit more risk involved. And then there comes some really risky stocks and really risky investments, but the general rule of thumb is the more riskier, the higher the reward. So I just feel like with all types of things, with your investments, it's not just diversifying your investments, it's also diversifying your risk to reward, level. Where some things I want to invest, I have a lot of money just sitting in the cash in the checking account. Like it's just, I diversify where I'm putting my money. And in some things, in some cases, I want to be very risky when I think there's a potential for a great return and not as much of a downside where things could just go to zero. So my disclaimer for this stock is that it is a super spec stock. It's super risky. It's $1 something a share. It's a very new company, and it's not your Amazon, your Coca-Cola, your Apple. That's basically never going to go anywhere and super safe. But it does have such a potential for a return on investment that I trust you will see that in this video. So I'm going to show you examples. Think about investing in something like Bitcoin back in the day. I have an example here of one day in just any day in 2013 where Bitcoin was $127 for one Bitcoin. Now, let's just say you had $5,000 and on September 24th, 2013, you decided to invest that day. It was in $5,000 in Bitcoin, and you bought as many shares as you could for $127. And basically you'd have 38 shares of that of Bitcoin. Now you would have to wait until basically the 2017, but when that shot up and that day to, well, over a very short period of time to $19,000 per Bitcoin. Now you're sitting at $725,000 in Bitcoin. I mean, if you see this, these graphs that I'm putting out on this screen, it's insane. So, this was a risk. It was basically a laughable investment at the time, but it was more of a spec investment. It was something that, you didn't care if you lost it. I would hope you would make it, and you didn't, if you made that investment of $5,000, you would hopefully not care to lose that money, because at that point in time, it could have went either way. And you had to hold your money, hold it out for a couple years before you saw that huge return. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Planet 13, or the ticker symbol PLNHF. So number one, what is this stock? This is a company that, I'm going to throw up a couple pictures here. It's got one superstore right now, and it's in Las Vegas, and it's just it's basically, I've found out about this and bought in before the whole Roni situation. It's one company that it's more of about an experience. It's kind of like an experience going to the Vegas Strip and being able to experience this. It's an MJ company. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about with MJ, they don't like me saying the word, what it is. Check it out. Just type in Planet 13 Holdings in Google, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is it's an amazing type store. It's a dispensary, and it's kind of like about the experience. They're talking about having lounges here, just being able to come, the experience you get when you go to a Planet Hollywood type atmosphere, where you get just get the experience of you go to an Apple store, even you get an experience of the Apple store. You get to it's just the atmosphere you're in. So check this out, see these pictures. It's all about the experience here. They're talking about having a lounge and a club in the place. So really cool there. Now, on top of that, people are responding amazingly to this. If you look at the picture I put up here, there's Google reviews. Google reviews are awesome with this place. People are just loving it and raving about it. So as of right now, they have one superstore. My opinion, they're going to have maybe 5 to 10 in the next 5 years. They're already having a second store in Santa Ana, designated to come in approximately early 2021. So they have their second store rolling out. They'll probably put out 1 or 2 stores a year as things go, as this Roni situation hopefully eases up. And then, mostly in places that are probably going to have, I'm assuming, places like Denver, and places that are, it's very, it's legal on a state level there, and it's just kind of more, more of a understood, more approved, and kind of a common thing, rather than areas that aren't really welcoming that. Now, so I'm thinking probably 1 to 2 or so a year. Now, the thing is, it really depends on how quickly we becomes federally legal. If it's within the next 5 years, it's just going to ease up how these guys can open stores. If not, it's going to be a little more red tape. It's going to be a little harder to be able to just flourish. But in my opinion, with the way things are going, and with all the money the government's spending, if they're looking at how to raise tax dollars and get some money to make, look at this situation. That's just an easy way to just say, hey, we can make marijuana legal, and just charge, and all the taxes and the jobs that are going to be created from that. I think it's going to be just a matter of time, and things are just headed in that direction. So what could happen with this? Number 2, this is, okay, you got your store sales, right? You got your store sales where you just open up, and the stores are having people come visit, and they're buying products. They're having the experience. They're just having that experience and spending money there. You got store growth. So now the company is just expanding. We're going into this state. We're going into this city. And so that's exponential right there. You got delivery, which wasn't in an option before the Roni situation happened. So when I bought into this, there wasn't even a delivery option that this company had, but they pivoted, they adapted. So you saw that they could go sustain themselves through this. So like I was worried that, oh, okay, well now everything's shutting down. This is really, Vegas basically shut down. So this is really a problem for this. So they're totally going to shut down and not even survive. But they figured it out. They did delivery. I mean, weed delivery, especially when you're stuck at home, you're going to want to, drinking and smoking are like basically what people are doing right now. So, that was a huge thing to keep the business going. And finally, they're discovering, I went to their website before and I just went to it recently, and you will see if you go to their website, brand sales, this is a possibility of taking this Planet 13 and just going to different and exponentially, selling it in different countries, different states, and different apparel, different stuff like that. And like Planet 13 is pretty cool. If you look at their branding, it's a pretty cool brand. So it's a potential for that as well. Now, their market cap right now, as of today, it's 221 million. I mean, it was 175 million when Jeremy just did his video, this financial education guy, which I'll put a link to, but it is 221 million. That is not a very big market cap. I mean, that is potential for a lot of growth there. So I don't know if it's just because of that or if it's because of the earnings that just happened, but there's a lot of potential for growth, and that's a very small market cap for a company. So number 3, massive returns on investment potentially. Now looking at it at a 221 million dollar market cap right now. Now I put 15, let's just do simple math. I put $15,000 into this. Now say it grows 10 times. It goes to a $2.21 billion market cap, which isn't that big of a company. I mean, if you look at a lot of companies, like retail has really gotten hurt, and Under Armour's $4 billion market cap. So it'd be something less than that. And that would be a 10 times return, which would be a $150,000 investment. Would be the account of $150,000. Now, if this goes, say everything goes right over 10 years, and this turns out to be a $20 billion market cap, things popping up everywhere, federally legal, everything just goes right, great management, $20 billion market cap, not out of the question. I mean, if you look at a company like Snapchat, it's $27 billion, but something like this where everybody, if it's legal on a federal level and everything goes right, that's 100 times investment. I mean, that could be on a $15,000 investment could be 1.5 million. So there's a lot of and I'm totally prepared for it to go to zero. So that's another thing. It's like, it's either going to do one of those 3 things, I believe. Now the risks with this company, number 4, is that, well, 2 things basically are the major risks. One, it doesn't become legal on a federal level. I don't see that happening. I think the wave is continuing that way with more states opening up, them looking to, be able to raise tax dollars. So I see it going that way and creating jobs. So that's one risk. The other risk is that this Roni situation doesn't, be resolved, and that stores just people aren't visiting places like that. But, if that happens, I mean, we have a huge problem anyway with a lot of things, but that can't be the case forever, I don't believe. And then also we're putting things in place for, just to be able to have safe distancing. And I just don't see that happening for the long term. And also they figured it out about the delivery. So how cool would that be to be able to just call up and get delivery to something you trust, in a company that you trust. So number 5, what did I buy in at, and will I buy more? So I bought in around $1.50 way before Roni happened, and I bought 9,000 shares, and it's roughly around 15,000 investment. Now, this did go down. It went down to like 70 cents a share. I don't think that, at that time, we were in the midst of it, the pandemic. This was a company that they didn't have delivery set up. I just was like, wow, I'm probably going to lose out on this. They're probably going to go bankrupt. They figured it out. They came back, and it's been an uptick ever since. And now it's back to like, basically, I just made out a little more than I started with. So it's came back, and the economy's opening back up and everything, but will I buy in more? I should have maybe bought in but I was just thinking it was going to go to zero. I was just basically leaving it sit, and where I'm at now is like, I'm probably not going to. It's still a real big spec stock. I'm probably, if it goes down to like $1.25 and it starts leveling off there and things continue to open up with the economy and everything, I might think about it, but not much more than maybe another 5K or something like that. Now, one thing that I do want to totally reiterate is that only buy into this if you are willing to lose this money. This is a spec play. This is not like I'm saying buy into, JP Morgan or Wells Fargo stock where it's like basically not going to go anywhere and it's paying a dividend and it's just a safer investment. This is a spec investment. I'm willing to lose this money. If it doubles, I may even think about selling half and just getting out my initial investment and then just letting the rest ride. But we've yet to see about that. But if it does go down, I'm willing to lose this. And like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take my advice on doing this. And also, I have a lot of other investments, safer investments in real estate, in safer stocks, even a lot of money just sitting in a checking account, just earning nothing, which I would normally say definitely don't do. But in the state of situation we are in, it's better to just be safe than sorry. So this is kind of like, it's not that huge of a deal. It's something I can afford, and I'm not going to lose sleep over it at all. So I would just recommend doing that and do your own due diligence before purchasing this stock. So guys, thank you so much for staying to the end of this. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about this. I'm interested in hearing. It's up 28% as I'm filming this today. It's on Wednesday. I probably won't get this out for a little while, but you might want to wait for a little pullback before you buy in if you're just coming across this. But I do think it has potential for massive return of investment. And guys, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like this. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, so please do that right now. Also, subscribe if you have not done so already, and hit the notification bell so you will get notifications every time I post a new video. And if you're on Instagram, follow me on there. I post there pretty much daily, so you will get other aspects of my life as well. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great day.